Beef prices in the United States are soaring to levels not seen in decades, and the reason traces back to one of the smallest cattle herds America has recorded in more than 70 years. A combination of drought, side production costs, and long-term industry cycles has pushed ranchers into a difficult corner, tightening beef supplies just as demand remains strong nationwide. To understand why beef is getting so expensive, we need to start with the numbers. According to recent agricultural data, the U.S. cattle herd has fallen to its lowest level since the 1950s. Many regions across the South, Midwest, and Southwest have experienced multi-year droughts. These conditions have dried pastures, reduced forage, and forced ranchers to sell off breeding stock, accelerating the decline. At the same time, input costs have surged. Feed prices, transportation, fuel, and labor expenses have all risen sharply. For many ranchers, raising cattle simply became too costly, leading them to scale back operations or delay herd rebuilding. This has created a supply squeeze that is now directly reflected in supermarket prices. The cattle business also moves in long cycles, typically spanning 8 to 10 years. After years of shrinking herd sizes, the industry is now deep in a supply-tight phase. Rebuilding cattle numbers isn't quick. It can take years for ranchers to replace breeding cows and raise calves to market weight. That means consumers are unlikely to see relief in beef prices anytime soon. Meanwhile, demand for beef in the U.S. remains resilient. Americans continue to buy ground beef, steaks, and other cuts despite higher prices. Restaurants, grocery chains, and wholesalers compete for limited supplies, pushing prices even further upward. Some retailers have already warned customers to expect elevated beef costs well into next year. Producers, on the other hand, are experiencing a rare, high-profit cycle. With cattle in short supply, prices at auctions and feedlots have climbed to record highs. Yet even with stronger profits, many ranchers are cautious. Rebuilding herds requires confidence in long-term conditions, including better weather and more affordable feed. Without those, the recovery could remain slow. International markets are also shifting. With U.S. production tightening, countries like Australia and Brazil are increasing beef exports to fill part of the gap. This could reshape global meat flows and affect American import dependence over time. For now, the outlook is clear. Beef prices in the United States will likely stay high. The cattle herd remains historically small. Rebuilding will take years, and demand shows no sign of easing. Consumers may need to adapt, whether by choosing different cuts, buying less frequently, or seeking alternative proteins. America's shrinking cattle herd is the product of environmental stress, economic pressures, and industry cycles converging at the same moment. And until those pressures lift, the era of expensive beef is far from over.